to another episode of Manifest with Markesha. I'm your girl, Markesha, and on this channel, I dive deep into mindset, motivation, and personal growth. It is the place where mindsets are challenged and pushed past limitations. It is my heart's desire, passion, and privilege to help you raise your self concept, remove limiting beliefs so that you can become the greatest and highest version of yourself by giving you the tools to empower your mind so that ultimately you can transform your life. Today's episode is all about the ideal that everything truly is by design. Nothing in your life is random. Every experience, every lesson, every setback, every breakthrough is truly shaping you for something greater. You are exactly where you need to be. And when you hold that perspective, life begins to shift in very powerful ways. Have you ever looked back at your life and realized that everything, good, bad, and in between, was preparing you for where you are right now? The job you didn't get, the relationship that ended, the struggle that you faced. At the time, it really felt like a setback. But in hindsight, you can see it was truly actually a setup. So I remember a story. I remember years ago when I personally took a leap of faith and I quit a job that was a very good job for a very good company, big name company, to take another job because it was a higher rate, pay raise, and it was better benefits. Well, I was told the job had longevity and with the promotion potential, I didn't want to pass it up, even though it was a contracting position. I was excited about the decision initially. Everything pointed to that being the right choice for me. I was so confident that in the first 2 weeks of the job, I was bringing desk accessories, pictures of my family, little knickknacks. I was about to make that place home. I brought everything, the whole 9 yards. And I was making myself as comfortable could be because I knew I was going to be there for the long time. Well, only 3 months into the job, I got a call. It was Friday. I'll never forget it. It was Memorial Day weekend. I get home and I get a call from HR. And the lady on the line, she says, Markesha, we regret to inform you that we no longer will be needing your position. The contract was cut. Talk about a blow. And then she went on to say, we boxed up your desk. You can retrieve your belongings at the security desk where you can also return your security badge. Oh my God, for a few minutes, I'm not gonna lie, I was in shell shock. I looked back and said, what did I just do? I just quit this secure job for what I thought was going to be secure. And it, for all intents and purposes, looked like it was blowing up in my face. I had financial obligation. I was the one that was holding the insurance for my family. I had a child in daycare. Suddenly the decision that I had made that I thought was good looked like a very bad choice. But guys, I'm not new to this, okay? I'm really true to this. So this process of shell shock and doubting, it went on for about an hour, if I say that. And then I got right into it. There are no losses, guys. There's only lessons. I told myself the door shut for a reason. Now I need to position myself to be able to walk down the path that I'm supposed to. And I applied for jobs like a mad woman. This was before Quick Apply on Indeed. And this was before, click on your phone. I had to go down to the workforce commission. I had to go in people's offices. I had to physically go to temp agencies and hand people my physical resume, fill out applications online. It was a convoluted process, but I did it. Every day I made my full-time job looking for another job. And then about 3 weeks into this journey, I got a call from an employer. So my background is I used to work on computers and I was interviewed for this position. As I'm being interviewed for this position, there's a knock on the door and someone comes into the offices and excuses himself for interrupting the interview and was asking the manager for assistance. He said that there were students that was testing in the classroom and the systems had went down. Okay. Well, the manager looked at me and said, well, what better way to showcase your skills than to just do it? Okay. So he asked me to respond to the request from the tech. Here's where my story and the pieces of the story started coming together. The first job that I left, I was only on phone support. Okay. I was what you consider like a tier one help desk phone support person. I did not touch computers. That job that I left for phone support, I went to a job where I was pretty much doing everything. I was very hands on. I was taking the computers apart. I was building the systems. I was configuring the servers. You name it, I was doing it. I was doing all of this in this short 3 months time frame. So fast forward, I'm in this interview. It was truly by design. I would not have been prepared for this interview if I did not have that other job. And that is just the bottom line. I was able to go into the classroom, resolve the issue, and go back into the manager's office to finish the interview. The interview concluded, and by the time I got home, I had already had a call for the job offer. The job was more stable. It was an even higher pay raise than the one that I went to and was let go of. And I had lead potential there. And then on top of that all, that job that I took, that I had the hands-on interview for, it ended up being the stepping stone for the job that I actually wanted overseas because I wanted to go abroad. All of this was pieces to the puzzle. And oftentimes we live life moving forward or going forward, and we learn the lessons looking back. You're not going to necessarily see the pieces to the puzzle right now, but trust me when I tell you, it really is all by design, okay? It was necessary for me to have the proper perspective though. If I didn't immediately accept the fact that the door closed for a reason and that everything was still working out for my good, I would have sat there and felt sorry for myself. I would not have postured myself correctly to go start looking for another job. I would have probably had a defeated mindset and resolved myself to maybe finding the path of least resistance. I would not have been in the lane that I needed to be in. So when something happens that doesn't necessarily feel beneficial at the moment, remember, it's all beneficial. But when you may not just understand how the pieces of the puzzles are coming together in your life, understand above all things that everything is happening for you, not to you. When things don't look like they're going according to plan, it's easy to question everything. You might feel frustrated, impatient, or even when life seems like it's working against you. But guys, here's the truth. What feels like delay is actually divine timing. What seems like rejection is actually redirection. And here's how you can start trusting that everything truly is by design. I want to remind you guys to truly let go of the resistance. Instead of fighting what's happening, lean into it. Ask, what is this designed to teach me? Reframe the way that you look at things. Look at setbacks as opportunities. Every challenge holds a lesson. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Start saying, what can I learn from this? And then stay in the present. Remember, you guys, none of us, by worrying, can change any outcome. In fact, the only thing that you're going to change with a lot of worrying is bringing a lot of health issues upon yourself. Because as the saying goes, stress is a silent killer. And understand, when you're not able to stay in the present and you're so focused and worried about what the future may bring, you're really bringing sickness upon yourself. It's your body in a state of dis-ease. So stay present. The more you focus on now, the less you worry about how everything will come together. Be present, be aware, and trust that the dots are truly coming together. Okay? So since everything is by design, your role is to align with it. That means becoming intentional about what your thoughts, actions, and beliefs are. And there's a few ways that you can do that. One of the ways you can do it is get clear on what you want. Your desires are not random, guys. They're a part of your great grand design. What dreams have you had that have been placed upon your heart? And you can write those down, acknowledge those dreams, and honor those dreams. They didn't just plop on you by happenstance. Another thing you can do is take inspired action. Once you know what you want, take the steps in those directions. Small steps. It doesn't matter. Just take a step. And the universe responds to movement. The last thing that you can do, not the last thing, but one of the last things that I'm going to talk about would be to embody the energy of where your future self would be. Start showing up as the person you already see yourself as and already at the place of the desire that you wish to see. And walk in confidence, speak with faith, and move with intention. Everything is by design, guys. You are exactly where you need to be. The experiences you're having, whether they feel good or not, they're all shaping you for what's next. So trust it, embrace it, and align with it. So here's some things to think about. What if you start looking at your life in such a way that everything that you see is, you tell yourself, is by divine design? What if you trusted that everything that is happening in your life is happening for you and not to you? How would this help ultimately shift your mindset? I challenge you to understand that it is creating a greater and higher self. It's creating a greater and higher mindset that is going to cause you to truly walk into the place you need to walk in. So, if this episode resonated with you, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. And remember, nothing is random. You are walking in purpose. So, until next time, keep pushing, keep believing, keep manifesting.